say and spell your name and your title for the record?
Yeah, it's Brad Paquette, Bradquette, and I'm the state representative for the 37th district.
Yes, my name is Representative Ed Delaney. I'm from House District 86 in Indianapolis.
2 different states, 2 different parties, 2 different ideas about what's next for local students and schools.
Well, I'm very concerned about the federal issues at the moment.
So I'm very excited to see what's happening in the upcoming months and years.
Michigan State Representative Brad Paquette was a teacher before he became a legislator in 2018.
And so with the executive order and the dismantling of the federal department, I think it's a big indicator that states need to really step up.
He says he's in favor of the dismantling of the U.S. Department of Education. Paquette believes it would mean more money and more control for Michigan and Michigan's schools.
And so they have a large budget, again, that could be poured into states, which is what it seems like the feds are going to be, gearing toward, is that let's pour further into the states. They are much closer to the classrooms.
He says the U.S. Department of Education has been bogged down by bureaucracy, and local teachers and administrators feel their hands are tied because of federal policy and overreach.
This is an opportunity. We need to stand up to the call, stand up to the task, and be able to bust outside of this current system that we're in.
On the other side of the aisle and the state line.
Do you think there's any argument that the bureaucracy has been getting in the way?
Well, there's no question. That's what their function is to make sure you don't do just what you feel like. So they're there to regulate, they're there to guide, they're there to make sure you're spending your money wisely.
Indiana State Representative Ed Delaney has been a legislator for 17 years and is an outspoken member of the state's Education Committee. He says the U.S. Department of Education provides financial support and oversight and accountability for educating children with disabilities and kids in poverty. While the president has said Title I and special ed funding won't go away, Delaney worries cuts to the department will paralyze it.
I think they're in jeopardy. I mean, the irony is you can promise to send me special ed money, but if you have nobody there to send it, nobody there to say whether my needs went up or down, what am I going to do? We're going to struggle.
And on top of that, Delaney says the department's research and data collection serves an important function.
Washington does not tell us what to teach, how to teach it. What it does do, though, is gather enormous amounts of useful statistics about what we're doing and how it's working. I think that's already under total threat. If those things collapse, we don't have advice, we don't have money, and we get a problem.
According to the U.S. Department of Education website, education is already primarily a state and local responsibility in the U.S. The website says in the U.S., federal funds for elementary and secondary education totals only about 8%. That money is funneled from the federal government to states to disperse. If that were to change, there are different ideas about whether the money would make it to the kids who need it the most.
And if it turns into a block grant where Washington just says, we'll send you this amount of money, presumably less, and you can do what you want, then we'll have a free-for-all here and we may not reach the right priorities.
We need to line it through the pure people allotment. That is the simplest way to go about this. That's the simplest way that schools can plan their budgets.
The 2 lawmakers also differ on the methods being used to remake the education system.
When you're talking about deeply entrenched systems like our education system, it's not going to look pretty. It's not going to be comfortable, but that's what it takes.
But just to come in and just burn things down is not a strategy that's going to lead to improved performance. It's going to lead to non-performance and delayed performance. Those are guaranteed.
There is something both Delaney and Paquette do agree on.
My number one piece of advice would be watch what's going on.
Ask questions and get involved. That's what this comes down to.
Thanks for watching. Here's another story you may like, and subscribe to the WSBT 22 YouTube channel.